on week 6, we got one more London game. Like I said, the Titans take on the Ravens. This is going to be a fun game because the Titans Ravens have some bad blood over the years, you know, with the playoffs and Derrick Henry throwing touchdown passes and, you know, them stomping on the logo, and then the Ravens did it back. So this could be a fun one. Fun stat, Tannehill only has 2 touchdowns this year.
Wow.
2 touchdowns. Him and Daniel Jones have 2. They're the only starters with only that least amount of touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones came in the same game too. Oh shit!
Uh-oh. Special guest. Wait, hold on.
I need to get a hunted.
It's okay. It's okay. You can keep it in.
Okay.
It's just a dog.
Alright, Mini Boss crashed the set, but we're all good. She got a special guest up here too that asking to get it. Alright, so back to the story. Who do you got winning this? I got Ravens. I know I'm wearing a Tannehill jersey, but I just figured we're in the topic of the London games. I hope Tannehill has 3 touchdowns. Let's see how it goes.
You got the Ravens?
I'm taking Ravens.
Yeah, I gotta be biased here, and I gotta take the Ravens. I've been
You got
picking the
Zay
Ravens.
Flowers.
Yeah, I got Zay Flowers, and that guy's just been begging for a touchdown all year. He's got the most targets. He's top 5 with the most targets without touchdowns.
Hey, he gets a touchdown, or he catches one of those touchdowns last week. We're having a whole different discussion about maybe like the top play this week, fantasy-wise for Zay Flowers. Because Titans, they do have a good pass rush.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Okay, they do have good pass protection. Or sorry, gosh, I can't talk. They're good at stopping wide receivers, the Titans, but I mean, it's London, it's not even a home game. They're technically labeled the home team, but the Ravens should get this easily. Other games, Dolphins, the Panthers, you know, Dolphins probably gonna smoke that. Here we go. This is what I want to talk about because we saw Anthony Richardson go down, my boy. He's out, he's on IR, so minimum 4 weeks, could be longer depending on how the Colts stay afloat. They could sink and they could just say, hey, shut down, learn how to protect yourself a little better.
Yeah.
But fun, interesting fact, this is a Minshew revenge game. He's going to play Jacksonville. Jacksonville hasn't won against the Colts in, oh gosh, I think it's been, I saw a stat. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'll pull it up, but what do you have, you know, Trevor Lawrence, you got Ridley in this game, you know, what are you looking forward to?
I got the Jaguars in this game.
Yeah.
I think last week they kind of somewhat got it going offensively when it comes to spreading the ball around, getting Calvin Ridley involved, which is really important considering he is the best receiver on that team.
No doubt.
Let's get it right. They have great receivers, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones. They got great weapons, but Calvin Ridley is that dude on offense, and him and Trevor Lawrence, them being able to finally kind of get it going. You know, Ridley 122 yards on 7 catches, his first big game since he had that big game week 1. So I kind of expect the same. I expect the same to happen this week. I expect Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley to be on the same page offensively, and I see the Jaguars winning this one.
I mean, they're the favorites, you know, but
even though the Colts with Gardner Minshew's a capable starter, revenge game, I get it, but
it's still the Colts.
It's a different kind of offense. I still think the Colts are going to be competitive because I think they still are a good team even with Gardner Minshew. We saw them in week 3, I think it was, or week 2, against the Ravens in Baltimore, and they beat the Ravens in Baltimore with Gardner Minshew.
Yep.
And Michael Pittman had a big game because Gardner Minshew was targeting him a lot. Gardner Minshew's not a scrambler. Gardner Minshew's not a scrambler like Anthony Richardson. He's a pocket passer. He can get out of the pocket and get there, but he wants to throw the ball. And I think that it's going to benefit him, especially having Jonathan Taylor back too. So it should be a competitive game. But I see the Jaguars squeaking one out.
Okay.
Expect big points in this game.
Here's the fact. This is what Coach sent me. It says the Colts have not beaten the Jaguars in Jacksonville in 3,309 days, and that's 9 years and 22 days.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy stat? I was like, really? That's crazy. So the Colts haven't beaten the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, so the Colts haven't won. Wow, that's really long actually. Nope, it looks like it's in the Jags' favor.
Yep.
Okay, so where's the other morning game? Okay, here we go. 49ers and Browns. No Deshaun Watson. 49ers should get that easily. Yeah.
Okay. 49ers all the way.
Another good division one. Vikings and Bears. Bears have kind of been finding their mojo.
That will be interesting. That's kind of the game that I was.
They're both 1-4.
That's kind of the game I was most interested in because you have the Vikings who are a good team. They've been in a lot of one-possession games, but they're 1-4. They just lost their best player on their team in Justin Jefferson for at least 4 weeks, and they're facing a team that the past 2 weeks have gotten it going offensively. When that was kind of their main struggle, that was their main critique. Justin Fields, he wasn't playing the way he was expected to. That DJ Moore wasn't either, and then they just blew up these past 2 weeks. So I'll let that sit for a second, because you played them. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think it'll be a close game. I think this game will kind of depict who will kind of be fighting. I think the Vikings should have this one, but I could see the Bears maybe winning it.
Gosh, it's really back and forth with who's going to win this, because if you look at the Vikings side, like you said, major letdown this year. If you see all these one possession battles, kind of reminds me of the Chargers a little bit. You know, it's you know, the Chargers of the NFC basically.
Last year they were in all those one possession games too. Last year they couldn't lose them. Now they can't win them.
Yeah. So okay, so that's it for the morning games. Let's move on to highlight our afternoon ones. Speaking of revenge games, I don't think it's any sweeter than the Patriots versus the Raiders in Vegas. You know, Jimmy Garoppolo kind of revenge game. He's ex-Patriot, two-time champ. And then you got, you know, Bill Belichick versus Josh McDaniels. You know, it's just,
oh yeah, that's good.
You know, Bill Belichick usually gets the advantage over his ex coaches.
Well, he's
you know.
1-1 against McDaniels.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that fluky play.
What fluky?
When Jacoby Myers like flea flickered it, and then
was that last year?
That was last year in
oh,
Vegas.
so he's 0-2.
Yeah.
He's 0-2 now because he lost to him when he was the Broncos.
You know, it's probably super satisfying for to beat Bill Belichick.
Luck.
That was a lucky play. That's not really. That was just literally a fluke play. Should have gone to overtime, but who would have known? Okay, I guess let's. You know, you're the Patriots fan. Who's gonna get the dub in this one? Is Bill Belichick get the one win finally against the Raiders and his old prodigy?
Man,
it's in Vegas.
This year is a rough year. It's a rough year as a Patriots fan. Last year was tough, but this year's even more rough. And going from what we were with Tom Brady and the Patriots, 6 Super Bowls in 20 years, you know, it sucks. It really does. And to even have to think about this, to think of, are we really going to beat the Raiders hurts. It does hurt.
Oh man, that's gonna be difficult.
But,
welcome to my life.
On. You're asking a Patriots fan, who do you think's going to win?
Pats Nation.
Pats, baby. Pats all the way on the road.
I don't want to see the
Vegas.
Raiders win anyways.
Bill Belichick, come on, let's dial up the blitzes. All of our starters are out. Matthew Judon is out for the year. He's our leader of that defense. He's one of the best players in the NFL.
He is
Christian Gonzalez, our rookie cornerback stud. He's out for the year, or he's probably out. Yeah, I think he is out for the season. Which is a big blow to that defense.
Huge.
We got J.C. Jackson back from the Chargers, and he already played. He's already been playing.
Yeah,
so
we'll see how he does again. I haven't seen anything too promising, but hey, that's the Chargers for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough.
How about J.C. Jackson?
I think it'll be a close game because we can't get anything going offensively. But I'm taking the Pats. By a field goal. Let's go.
Okay, nice. I'll side with you on that just because it's Bill Belichick. I don't know. It's kind of difficult. I'll take. Because I don't want to root for the Raiders. You never want to root for the Raiders, and I don't want to root for the Patriots either. But
I love watching Devontae Adams ball out.
Oh gosh, he's so good. Okay, next game. I'll take the Patriots. I'll take the safer bet. Next game, Lions versus Buccaneers. The Lions are red hot. Dave Montgomery is that dude right now. Baker Mayfield's got the green light. He's firing off on all cylinders right now. He's getting Mike Evans back. He's gonna sling it. It's going to be a probably high-scoring game. I mean, it looks like that on paper. I'm sure it's one of the highest projected scoring games of all the games this week, of Week 6. So, Lions are smoking hot right now. Who do you got?
Yeah, I think the Lions should take this one. But it's in Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tampa Bay, baby.
Ah!
I'm taking Tampa Bay at home. I think the crowd will be in a frenzy. The Lions are a great team.
Yeah.
And they could totally prove me wrong here and just blow up on the Lions or on the Bucks because their offense is great.
Right.
They have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Bucks at home. I think the Bucks have a well-rounded roster, especially offensively. Baker Mayfield's got the weapons to get it done against a weak Lions defense. So I'm going to take the Bucks at home. I think their defense has a little bit more playmakers, other than Aiden Hutchinson, obviously.
Gosh, yeah, jeez.
But yeah, I'm taking the Bucks at home.
Okay. The Lions, if they had Jahmyr Gibbs, I'd easily side with the Lions on this one because I'm being biased. But like I said, Baker's, besides that game on Monday night when they played Philly, that was probably his worst performance we saw, but that's just because the Eagles are super good.
Yeah.
They just gave him no pressure, but I'm gonna go Lions. I think they keep the hot streak alive. Their formula for winning right now is really good. They got off a huge win against the Panthers last week. This team's looking pretty damn good. So
yeah,
let's take that. Okay, I don't really want to talk about the Cardinals-Rams game.
yeah,
I want to talk about Puka and Cooper Kupp coming back. We're like, oh, is Puka gonna be, kind of second fiddle, third fiddle, and move down the chart? Nope, they can coexist. Fun fact, they can coexist, right? Shane, you had them both for a second. I know it's hard to start both of them, but hey, you got Cooper Kupp, and he is that dude. So I'm gonna take the Rams on that anyways.
Well, yeah, Puka Nacua has won me over. I'm a fan. Cooper Kupp, obviously I'm a fan. I've talked about him for years now on this show. I love him. He's been on my fantasy team for years. You know, I've believed in that guy. I'm not gonna say before everyone, but at least before everyone in my fantasy league. So
did I.
Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, yeah, highlight those two guys. And then also let's highlight our boy Cameron Thomas. Yeah, the defensive end for the Cardinals, Carlsbad High School shout out, San Diego State shout out. Dude's a stud. Excited to see what he can do the rest of his career. I've talked about him before. But yeah, I love watching him play. You know, he plays with tenacity. He's a great guy, good personality, and you know, I think he's gonna be a good force in this league if he can stay healthy.
And we'll get him on the show in these days.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man.
Highlight this.
Yeah.
Carlsbad, C-Bet. All right. 2 more games of Sunday slate. We got Giants and Bills. Bills should get that. We were talking about before we started about Saquon. We don't know if he's going to play because he's been limited. It sounds like this week it's probably the highest chance he's going to play. If not, for sure next week. But keep an eye on that. I mean, Saquon is a big boost. The Giants are crumbling right now, but I don't think it's a big enough boost to beat the Bills. Jets versus Eagles. You know, going into the season, a lot of people are highlighting this because it's going to be a good game. The Jets are the Jets. I mean, they upset Denver last week in Denver, and that was really interesting. But I think Eagles get this done easily, too. I think the NFC teams, you know, it's pretty clear that the Eagles run this division right now.
Yeah, the Eagles look unstoppable. You know, they got the brotherly shove play, the tush push.
They haven't lost a game yet, have they?
Haven't.
No, 5-0. 49ers.
They're 5-0. They look great. Look like they're going to go right back to the Super Bowl, which I expect them to. But you know, I don't think they're going to go undefeated this year. I don't think they're going undefeated.
They'll lose a game or two.
And I know, and this game too. When you look at it before the season starts, you know, Aaron Rodgers on Sunday night, or that's Sunday night, right?
No, sorry. It was. It's just a late afternoon game.
Well, still a great game.
Either way,
great game. And you know, yeah, now since Aaron Rodgers is out, you know, you got to take the Eagles, but I'm taking the Jets, baby.
Woo!
I think the Eagles are going to get their first loss of the year. A stout Eagles, or not stout Eagles, a stout Eagles defense too, but a stout Jets defense with a guy with Zach Wilson. You know, I'm taking a risk here saying this. I'm taking a risk here saying this. But Zach Wilson, you know, he's got a little bit of swagger to him. You know, he does.
He's figuring it out.
He's got a little bit of swagger to him.
So I'm figuring it out.
He's very criticized.
Yeah.
But I think he's got a little bit of swagger to him, and I think if he can get a little bit more confidence, get some good wins, you know, I mean, he got a week 1 win against the Bills, played a competitive game against the Chiefs on Sunday night, took a loss, but he got a lot of praise for that game, won over Joe Namath, you know, cool Joe. And then, you know, last week we saw them, Breece Hall, the Breece was unleashed, you know. I said it before the show, you know, the Breece finally got unleashed.
He did, yeah.
And I'm excited to see what he can do in that offense, you know, 177 yards and that touchdown for a 72-yard touchdown. I think the Eagles will get their first loss. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Jets can do it, and I think this is an upset. You know, some people can take a little. If you want to put some money down, you know, maybe take the Jets. I don't know. Maybe Slater knows something that nobody knows.
Maybe I'll partake in that. You never know.
I'm taking the Jets. You never know. I think so. I think, you know, the Eagles. I think the Eagles will be great this year. And I think maybe if this is a game they could possibly lose for sure. I think the Jets are a sleeper team.
Yeah, they definitely are. You know, and Sauce Gardner, he's gonna be locking up. You'd think A.J. Brown, right? Because it's weird because the Eagles offense just hits randomly.
We'll see. They got a lot of guys that can do it.
I'm gonna tell you the odds right now. I'm pulling it up. All right, the Eagles are 6.5 point favorites. So
that's kind of a lot.
It's a lot. Let's see.
Not a lot, too much.
Let's just say the Jets. You put $10 on it. You win $24. That's not bad. The odds are good. Yeah, plus 235.
So Jets, baby.
Never know. Hey, any given Sunday. All right, we got